everybody, welcome to or welcome back to my channel. I'm so happy to have you and I'm so glad you clicked on. Today's video is a fun one. We are doing a bit of a book on haul. I need to go through my books. There are so many books that are on my shelves that I've rated 2 stars that do not need to be taking up room on my beautiful shelves. I'm never going to talk about them, never going to recommend them, never going to read them again. So I've decided that today is the day and I need to go through all of my books. So that's what I'm going to do. I definitely know that there's a lot of romance books that I've rated 2 stars that I definitely don't need to keep. So we're going to go shelf by shelf and pull out books that I want to get rid of. I will be posting probably all of them on my PangoBooks, and we'll also go through my physical TBR because I know that there's books on there that I'm probably not going to touch for a while and I probably bought on an impulse, but we'll go into depth with every single book that I'm getting rid of and I'll tell you guys why towards the end of this video. So let's go ahead and let's go through all of these books. So starting over here, we have my fantasy shelves. Let's just go from this corner to this corner and we'll go in order. I can definitely tell you now, I don't want to get rid of any books up here. These are trilogies and stories that I did really enjoy, so I don't think there's anything I want to get rid of off of these shelves. Same thing goes for this shelf. This has a lot of Stephanie Garber, Adeline Grace. We'll leave that as is. Same thing goes for this shelf. This just has my Throne of Glass books and I'm obsessed with all of those. There's no reason for me to want to get rid of them. Going down to this shelf, I do know that there's 2 books that I would like to unhaul. I don't need Fear the Flames by Olivia Rose Darling, and I don't need The Stars Are Dying. Let's see. I have quite a few books on the shelf that I don't want. Books from this shelf that I'm unhauling: Six of Crows, City of Bones, A Study in Drowning, Emily Wilde's Encyclopedia of Fairies. This is actually a TBR shelf, so these are books that I have not read quite yet. And every time I get to these shelves, it's always so hard for me to pick books that I don't think I'm going to read anymore. Because obviously I haven't read them, so I don't know if I'm going to like them or not. I can already say I don't see myself reading Swordcatcher by Cassandra Clare. Honestly, that might be it for this shelf. Moving down to these are all of my special edition books that I haven't read yet from various book subscription. I don't know, I think I'm going to keep everything on this shelf just because I am interested to see what they're all about, and obviously they're really pretty books. I don't want to just get rid of them if I haven't read them yet, so I'm going to give all these a shot at some point. Moving up, not many books on here that I would think to get rid of, honestly. I don't think that there's any. I think I enjoyed all of these books except for this. I did not enjoy The Wishing Game. So there are no books that I want to get rid of on this shelf. It's a pretty good shelf, honestly. I'm really happy with it, so I'm definitely going to be keeping everything on that shelf. Definitely won't be getting rid of anything off these shelves. Honestly, I think I recently went through all of these books and got rid of the ones that I didn't want because I know that there was one on here that I definitely hated that I wanted nothing to do with, and it's gone. So I'm assuming I went through this already. I just have my Harry Potter shelf and none of those are going anywhere. Up there, I have some fantasy books that I haven't read, but I am interested in all of those. So I'm going to be keeping those. Honestly, don't think I'm ever going to get to this. Honestly, I hate to say it, but I just don't see myself getting to the rest of the story. Whilst I enjoyed the first book, I don't see myself continuing it. So this is just my romance shelf, and honestly, I don't feel the need to get rid of any of these because I recently went through all of my romance books and got rid of ones that I wasn't really thinking I'd enjoy. So, and then here we have some literary fiction and some thrillers. I don't think there's any that I would really want to get rid of. I'm really interested in all of them, so, well, except for like maybe the thrillers, but I want to keep a few thrillers on my TBR because sometimes I get in those phases. These are my book of the month books. Not quite dead yet. And then I actually think that that's good for that shelf because I have some, well, no, you know what I'm gonna do? Did you hear about Kitty Carr? I have had this literally since 2023 and I haven't read it, so. Okay. We're done with the fantasy / TBR side. Now this is my romance shelves. I do have my Christmas tree right in front of them, and there are gifts and a yoga ball. So it's going to be harder to show you guys the bottom 2 shelves, but we'll just go through what we can see and I'll grab whatever's from the bottom because that's what we're working with down there. So. Okay, from that very top shelf, Next Door Nemesis, hated this book. Funny Feelings, The X-Files, This Time Next Year, What Happens in Amsterdam. Now for this second shelf, on The Rule Book by Sarah Adams, unfortunately. Next of Kin by Hannah Bonham Young. Nora Goes Off Script by Annabelle Monaghan. I think the only book from this shelf that I don't want is Life's Too Short by Abby Jimenez. This was not my favorite book by her. A lot of these are so important to me, but you know which one's not important to me? Tomorrow and Tomorrow and Tomorrow. This one's going. I didn't love this one. The Reunion by Kayla Olson. This shelf is all of my thrillers. I think I'll do these two. Sea of Unspoken Things and The Night We Lost Him. Now, these two shelves are going to be really hard to get to, but I don't think that there's any books on these two shelves that I would want to get rid of. The bottom shelf is all my thrillers, paperbacks and stuff that I did enjoy. I usually get rid of thrillers right away if I don't like them. I also can't see myself getting rid of any of the books on this shelf because I really enjoyed all of them. Ooh, except for A Photo Finish by Elsie Silver. I DNF'd. Okay. I don't want to get rid of any of my Emily Henry or Taylor Jenkins Reid. This whole shelf is safe, I think. I can't see. Yeah, this whole shelf is safe. And then up there, this final shelf. This shelf is also safe. I enjoyed all of these. Surprise, surprise. Tell me he's not the cutest thing you've ever seen. He never does this. Aww. We're gonna go through all of the books that I pulled from my shelves. I'm gonna give you guys the reasons why I'm not keeping them. First things first, Tomorrow and Tomorrow and Tomorrow. I just didn't enjoy this book. I know that it was really, really popular and I really wanted to give it a shot. So I did, and I just didn't like it. She's going. Then we have Next Door Nemesis. I did not like this book. I did not like it at all. I was filming a series where my TBR wheel picked my read and I had read so many bad romances in a row and this was one of them. It was just super immature, not for me, very cliche, cringy, so not my cup of tea, but could be somebody else's. Next, we have Funny Feelings by Tahara Dewitt. This is actually unfortunate because I have picked up her other books and I have loved them so much, but this one was not it for me. The comedy wasn't for me, so unfortunately this one is going to be going. This one is a little bit tough for me. I might keep this one. This is The X-Files by Jessica Joyce. I DNF'd this last summer. I don't remember exactly why. So I feel like maybe I'll keep it and give it a second chance, but if you have read this, let me know if I should do that or if I should just get rid of it because I just don't know. I don't know. I feel like the cover is giving what I would enjoy, so we'll see. Let me know about this one. Then we have This Time Next Year. This is like a Groundhog Day type of thing, and you know, I didn't enjoy the female main character in this one. So next we have What Happens in Amsterdam. I read the synopsis of this one and picked it up on a whim because I thought that I would really enjoy it, but unfortunately it was not what I had expected it to be and kind of let me down, and I didn't love the female main character, so this one's gonna be going even though this cover is literally so cute. Next book I will be getting rid of is Nora Goes Off Script. I love Annabelle Monaghan, but this book was not it for me. I just didn't like the premise of this book, honestly. I didn't enjoy it, so we are getting rid of her. Then we are getting rid of Next of Kin by Hannah Bonham Young. Again, this is an author that I typically do like, but unfortunately this book was not for me. I found the two main characters to be a bit frustrating and immature, and I didn't really enjoy the premise with these two characters. So next we have The Rule Book by Sarah Adams. I DNF'd this actually, I think like 130 pages in. I just wasn't rooting for the two main characters. There wasn't really anything else, and I also think that I just wasn't in the mood for this type of book. I still love Sarah Adams. I love all of her books. This is the only one that was a miss for me, honestly. So next we have Life's Too Short, another author that I normally love, but unfortunately her backlist for me has been misses every single time, so I will be getting rid of this one. It was the third act breakup in this was what got me, so this one's going. Next I have The Reunion. I honestly just don't remember anything about the story. I don't remember reading it. I don't remember anything about it. So I feel like that is a very telling sign that it shouldn't be on my my list. A Sea of Unspoken Rule. Wow. A Sea of Unspoken Things by Adrienne Young. I was really disappointed by this book because I had absolutely loved her other book, but unfortunately this one really let me down. It's really short, and honestly, it was not only predictable, but also just all over the place, and I just wasn't a fan. So. The next one I have is The Night We Lost Him by Laura Dave. I also enjoyed The Last Thing He Told Me, I believe is the other book by her that I did enjoy, and I was excited for this one, and it also let me down. So next we have A Photo Finish by Elsie Silver. I did not like the very beginning of this book. I didn't like the characters. I didn't like the main character, definitely. And I didn't like how they met. It wasn't for me. This book is not for me, so I DNF'd it and I will be getting rid of it. Next, we have The Boyfriend by Frida McFadden, which honestly I have an unpopular opinion with this, I guess, because I've seen so many people rate this so highly and love this, and unfortunately, I had started reading this with my husband and we both were like, this is so bad. We DNF'd it by like, I want to say page 40 or something. It was just, this is not it. It wasn't it. I think I'm out of my Frida McFadden era. I did start Any Trope But You, but I DNF'd it. This is the Afterlight edition. It's really pretty and I really wanted to like it. It's in great condition and it's signed. So if you're interested in this book, it'll be listed on my Pango. Now we have Fear the Flames by Olivia Rose Darling. I had really high expectations for this book and was really let down. And I think it might be because it got traditionally published rather than the indie published version. I feel like I should have read it then because it feels like it was missing so much. But again, I think I'm in the minority with this one. I think a lot of people loved this book, so it might just be a me thing. But as much as I love the cover, will not be keeping this on my shelves. We have The Stars Are Dying. I read this in a vlog and I think I distinctly was like, I don't want this book anymore, and I haven't gotten rid of it and I need to. It is a really pretty edition. It has sprayed edges and the hardback itself is stunning, and I really thought I was gonna love this book. I really did, but it was just way too repetitive and the story was a little bit slow, and honestly used the word star and dark and like literally used the word stars to describe stuff so often, and I was like, oh my god, this needs to stop. So maybe I was being nitpicky, but this one's gotta go. Next, another super unpopular opinion, Six of Crows. I just didn't enjoy this. I'm gonna be so honest, I don't think I like Leigh Bardugo's writing style, unfortunately. I really wanted to, but I just don't think that it's for me, and I'm not gonna continue with this duology. So next, I have City of Bones. I read this very recently, and I think I rated it a 2 stars, maybe a 3, because while it was entertaining, I did not enjoy that twist at the end, and if you know what I'm talking about, you know. This just simply wasn't it, and I have no desire to pick up any more of this series. I really wanted to like this, but it is a lot of commitment for a book that I didn't like the first one, and with that twist at the end, I was like, I didn't like it. So next we have A Study in Drowning. This was just a bit boring for me. I'm not a cozy fantasy reader, and this is definitely one that is more cozy dark academia type of feel. So next we have Emily Wilde's Encyclopedia of Fairies. Again, this is just a cozy fantasy, and while I really wanted to enjoy it, it is not for me. This is, I think, the Barnes & Noble edition. It has really fun, like, journaled scaffold edges. I don't know what it's called, but they're really fun edges, and I rated this a 2 stars just because it simply wasn't for me. I'm not a cozy fantasy reader, as previously mentioned. Swordcatcher by Cassandra Clare. I got this 2 years ago and I just don't see myself picking it up, honestly. Maybe in the future I will, but it's quite the chunky book and I haven't had the desire to pick it up at all ever in the past 2 years, so I'm just gonna go ahead and unhaul this one. The Wishing Game. I didn't enjoy this. I really wanted to again, but unfortunately I didn't like the female main character and I didn't like how unrealistic certain topics in the story were, and I found it really frustrating at times. Which is really sad because I did want to like this because a lot of people did love it, but this one wasn't for me. Another book that I haven't read that I just don't see myself really getting to is Wings of Starlight. This is a Disney-esque book, I think. It's following these two fairies. And I started it and I was just like, oh, I don't think that this is going to be for me based on the writing style, honestly. Next, we have 2 books in a series. I did enjoy Serpent and Dove, the first book in this series, but I read that 2 years ago and I haven't picked up the sequel or the 3rd book, so I feel like I'm not going to ever get to it. And I honestly forgot what the first book was about. I just remember enjoying it a lot, but these 2 are going to be going because I'm not going to read them. Next, we have Hello Stranger by Catherine Center. I did not like this book. The female main character was so insanely delusional, and I normally love Catherine Center books, but this one lost me. And then the final 2 books that we are unhauling is, did you hear about Kitty Carr? I have nothing against this book. I just have had it for almost 3 years now and I have not picked it up, and I don't think I ever will. And then the next book that I'm getting rid of is Not Quite Dead Yet by Holly Jackson. I started this book and I DNF'd it pretty quickly. It wasn't the same as her other books, and I was really sad about it because I love Holly Jackson's writing, but yeah, those are all of the books that I'm unhauling. Again, they will be listed on my Pango, and I'll have it list my Pango in the description box below. But we're getting rid of 31 books. There are books that I've been reading on my Kindle that I don't physically own that I have been enjoying that I would want on my shelves, so I'm happy about that. I'm happy to have 31 less books because I didn't like these books, and there's no reason for them to be taking up space on my beautiful shelves that I want. I want books on my shelves that I want to talk about with my friends, and I want to recommend, and I want to reread. So I'm happy to have done that, and I'm happy to have done it with you guys. I hope that you enjoyed this video. With that being said, that is going to be it for this video. Thank you so much for watching. I hope that you enjoyed, and hopefully I'll see you in the next one. Toodaloo!